Coswitz Engine, Paradox Development Studio, Paradox Interactive, also known as licensing. Choose language: English, French, German, Spanish, American. I choose, or Durish, probably Durish actually. The only language I fully understand is my own. Generic of arms is loading events. Dot. He knows what's up. He has the almighty plus sign all over his walls. That does not look good. In fact, it looks very bad. Processing flags. Dot. Loading graphics. Loading map. Creating textures. Dot. Loading graphics. Dot. Welcome to Crusader Kings 2. In the game, you play as any medieval ruler at any point in time. Well, during like the 7th century to the 16th. Regardless, from a lowly count to a great emperor. When your character dies, you will need an heir to take over and so on. Down the ages, unlike most other games, the side situation is historical, and thus completely unbalanced. Check estimated difficulty of a ruler before you start playing. For your first game, you start recommend playing a special learning scenario as King Alfonso VI of Leon. When it ends, you can keep playing as normal. Learning scenario? No thank you. Wait, can I do this later? I guess I can. So no thank you for now. And welcome to something I've been really wanting to do, but also dreading. Also never had quite a reason to do before, then some good ones than this year. But that is group walkthroughs, gameplay video, or videos of Crusader Kings 2. And finally, we are playing Crusader Kings 2. Yes, that game. If you don't know what that game is, then I shall tell you. That game is Crusader Kings 2. Came out 2012 and has been updated through not really normal updates because they didn't really exist back then. I mean, yes, they did. But with lots of DLC and expansions, albeit this game actually had DLC from expansions. Although there were some actually, yeah, there are some expansions, but they're always moderate sized. Which moderate sized priced, of course. But yeah, basically it's what it said, which is it is a historical. Basically, it is a grand strategy game. A grand strategy game is an epic turn-based strategy game, similar to Civilization or Star Drive. I play that on the channel, but historical and even more complex. You know, folk strategy games can be as complex as grand strategy games. That's not always the case. Now, I already played a grand strategy game on the channel. That's Hearts of Iron 4. Play with a friend. I've been doing this alone. But yeah, so Crusader Kings 2. I got actually tons of playlists for it. None of them that long, but mostly complete or complete. But yeah. But yeah, Crusader Kings 2 takes place in medieval times, where you can play any. You can play any ruler on the snap during the times of the games. However, there's a hard cap on the turn limit, which I presume is which is presumably done in order to make sure that, for example, you're not playing the game in the 23rd century, where you should have laser guns but you don't for some odd reason. You only have swords. So yeah, basically to make it realistic in order make it realistic by having your technology still make sense. Not that there aren't mods that can change that, but yeah, this game has this. Not only does this game have tons of DLC, in fact, that I'm playing this in between two DLC right now, and I'll be playing a vanilla campaign when the new DLC comes out sometime in the fall. I believe it's sometime in September 2018. I'm playing this in August 2018. But anyway, so yeah. Wait, wait. You thought I was playing vanilla campaign? Well, I might play a bit. I might. But today we're playing something special because something special is coming out. But yeah, so Crusader Kings 2 is known for its insane learning curve. By that I mean, you play for hundreds of hours, you're new to the game. You play for 1,000 hours, you're still learning. Now, I've never seen anyone play who's played it for tens of thousands of hours. Well, apparently they're pros at the game, or at least they're minor leagues, as opposed to amateurs at the 1,000-hour mark. And for frame of reference, if you're new to gaming, and if these numbers haven't blown you already, most games, in my experience, are around 8 to 12 hours long. They've gotten longer over time, so let's say 12 to 15, 12 to 20 is more average now. A long game is around 50 hours or more. An exceptionally long game, as an 100-hour game, which I only know one of off the top of my head, which is Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a 100-hour game in order to complete the main story. I'll be do tons of side quests on the side during the time, but it's still like a 100-hour game. Crusader Kings 2 has no real story other than you play your nation, and the game does generate a campaign around it. There are objectives to play, you're not a complete sandbox, in order to keep you on the historical track, at least for major nations, in which you can actually write that, because again, it's medieval times, there are a lot of nations in Europe at that time. It's not like the modern day when there's only so few. Even then that's a lot. And there are DLC to allow you to play earlier, so yeah, when things were a lot more messy, let's say. And then there's also fictional objectives, as in creating Great Britannia, aka the UK without democracy. Where basically you start as you start anyone on the British Isles, and then conquer all the Isles, and then you get Great Britannia as an empire. And another maybe empires, which I'm blanking on right now, but basically France has one, Germany has one. A real world empires like Holy Roman Empire you can make early, stuff like that. And then they came with DLC to link it with the Gunpowder Age, or to what the I think it basically it ends in the 1800s with the founding of America, pretty much. Like when America's if you play as America and your Brazil is 4, the game will be over in like 100 years, pretty much, which is unfortunate. And there's no real way to make America early. I mean, they might be able to make America earlier, but then again, you are playing. But then again, you would be playing as an empire colonizing America at that point, or Native Americans, making founding America on your own time pretty hard, if not impossible. Look at this one for that. But yeah, basically, you can in order to get around the turn limit, you can link a Crusader Kings 2 save to a Europe fork save and continue. Unfortunately, you can't link that up to like a Hearts of Iron 4 save because you're missing a lot of stuff. But you're missing a lot of events, like World War One, the Civil War, War of 1812, Napoleon, stuff like that. But still, it would be nice. And then you can use mods to continue to modern day. And then you could. I mean, and then at the end of the Hearts of Iron 4, you still have Stellaris. Like in Stellaris doesn't have. Stellaris always a unifier, so that doesn't matter. I guess you can always, roleplay it. That makes sense. You can always roleplay it like a normal person. But anyway. So today, we're probably going to be touching the vanilla campaign. If we were, I would play as my families, if they are in this game. They should be. I'll be playing as the Ocantons, which is on my father's side. My father's a Keen. Keens came to America like 30 years before the founding of America, and and basically over time their name evolved from Ocanton, which is in modern day Northern Ireland, which the Brits called which the Brits called basically the place of the region of Ulster, Northern Ireland, because they conquered and colonized them at the 9 Years' War. So I want to prevent that. I want to keep Ulster independent. At least keep my two families, in the game. Let's say, which is O'Cantons and the Great O'Neills, which the O'Neills are on my mother's side. That's why I got Crusader Kings 4, because I finally got affection to play. I always wanted to play Crusader Kings 4, but I never wanted to play anyone else really, because I don't care much for swords. That's my sister and my mom's thing, which makes sense because the O'Neills like that too. Actually, they had swords and shields, whereas Cantons had guns and pikes. So yeah. But anyway, so that'll be doing for the vanilla campaign. That is a bit of a preview. If not, I'm going to be playing that later in the session. But what I really wanted to play, and for Volume 6 coming out, because I just released the first, you could say trailer for it, but pretty much video going up to it, which is Adam's short, character short, which was amazing, by the way. Gives you an idea of, basically, it gives you the entirety of Adam's backstory. And to spoiler a little bit, he was always more interesting. But yeah, it's mostly a simulation, which can be taxing on computers, especially if you got the best graphics card but not the best processor. So yeah, but watch modify the computer enough, it should be fine. And it's a 2014 computer with an i7, which I know the i9 is better. Okay, maybe it's not that much better, but still. All right, anyway, let's go. As you can see, it's multiplayer. New game. Now, I have no idea because I don't know if it's working or not. Because it's not showing that it's working. Or maybe it's just not. I mean, the mod's in its early days of development. Let me see when it released. But yeah, I've been wanting to play this mod ever since I first saw it. Oh, it just released, March of 2018. And that's something was made. Okay, that's not exactly good. But here are the time dates. So yeah, 8th century to 4th century. I was getting them mixed up. Now, for example, this is when Total War Britannia takes place. And the game ends before 9 years. Before 9 years. Okay, that makes sense. Custom game setup. And you can modify everything here. That's just for beginners. Well, that's just for people that don't want to go into all to look at this entire map and like, where do I begin? But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot to this, which is a good thing. Basically, the cool thing about Paradox games is the fact that they are, I dare say, infinitely replayable, or at least their replayability is just up the scales. Because each campaign is tens of hours long, if you do well. And if you want to conquer the world, even as France, it will. You have to be really good in order to beat the time without cheating and using a mod to extend the time to nothing, to extend the time to, well, till the max counter, which is 99999. Island. That's not Greenland yet. Interesting. I want you. Okay. Oh, you can do it by month? Oh, that's by month. Okay, the graphics are actually good enough, are crystal enough for you can see the, yeah. And that's max date. Okay, yeah, that's their colony. So this is when they start colonizing Ireland. Or making expansions into it. I'll be, my paternal family and my maternal family. Oh, they were conquered by this point. Okay. I'm willing to say, difficulty. Okay, what's better? Oh, yeah, very hard. That's what I thought. France. Yeah, very hard. Oh wow. Okay, you want more red. More red makes it easier. Okay. Up at the beginning of time. I like how subtle it is. And these are just, there you go. I know this isn't the start. I know this isn't the start game. Don't let me. Oh, that's where I picked, didn't I? Yeah, okay, let's do early Middle Ages. There you go. Yeah, I'll be them then. I don't want when our families are separate. Oh, well, actually, yeah, that is separate. Yeah. You kneel. Yeah, that's what I want. And play the beginning of the thing. Okay, you don't play ball. You're playing ball. Play ball, please. I broke it. Age. This is when Total War Thrones of Britannia takes place. Oh, he owns everything. Oh, we don't play that era. Apparently, when you do it early, you can't do the thing. You can't do months. No. I mean, that is a DLC. Yeah, I think I want to do it late, actually, with a deunified, Ireland, because we are playing in the era of the Irish unification under Jerk King, because he is a king, therefore he is a jerk, and also he wants to make an empire out of the Irish in order to save the Irish from the Vikings, which is heresy. But anyway, so yeah, so I want to start. I want to actually start in the base game. Oddly enough, base game time. Because I'm playing the other one, and I'm playing through the other one and you know the game, in Thrones of Britannia. So yeah, I need to actually look up their names first. Because if you look at Universal or European, I've heard it so many times, I just never memorized it. Europa Universalis 4, the icons aren't like, don't make much sense either. I mean, they're good, but they're not too good. Kenny, independent Irish Catholic. Yeah, I think this will be the O'Neills in the future, which future of this game even. Great past of real life, or 500 years in the past. I want to say I don't play with these guys. They make more sense. Them, and then these are the O'Neills. What other buttons? Oh, you get out of here. You get out of here. Prime character. Okay, so obviously the mods aren't working. Content setting. That's what I want. Mod. Inactive. There's your problem. I'll be right back. Actually, to manage. Agree? I accept. I accept you. Thank you. How do I activate you? Yeah, there's your problem. Publish it. That's not my mod. I'll be right back. I'll be right back to looking at the launcher again. So I'll be right back. How will you exit? Home? Oh, quit. How about the quit button? That makes sense. Be right back. Okay, let's figure it out. Aha! Now they work. I just had to boot up the game first. Bam. Bam. IDK. I really DK. In case you don't know, because you have to translate not only for my speech but also text speech. I don't know, because I already separated IDK for IDK. It has a space there. I always separate the I from the DK. All right, let's do this thing.